and you're watching Pro Teaches News. Ooh, is somebody talking about pros? Not that kind of pro. See you there.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teaches News. Today with me, Alex and Eric.
Hey,
what's going on?
Yep, and we're coming close on the holidays. This will be the Monday episode, so we'll be still a few days off from Christmas, but we're getting close, so I figured, why don't we talk about one of the famous Christmas comic stories, Christmas on Bear Mountain. And you guys, what is the story best known for introducing the world to?
Scrooge McDuck.
Yes.
The man who's duck who's tougher got rich by being tougher than the toughies and smarter
than the smarties. And
that's right.
And I did it all squared.
Exactly. And we're going to be covering that, plus its direct follow-up. That was part of the final story of Life and Times and Scrooge McDuck. So in other words, we're going to be getting Carl Barks and Don Rosa.
Cool.
Carl Barks is a classic Disney artist. He is the good duck artist, as everyone called him. He understood Donald better than anybody.
Right. Now, I'll be doing Donald, and I'll try and do my own Donald voice, but Eric will be handling Scrooge.
And
Here we sit in this dumpy little house, waiting for Christmas to come. Yeah, and other people have mountain cabins where there's snow and trees. There's no, and that's not my gripe. Christmas be okay right here if only I wasn't so doggone broke. You mean you haven't money enough to buy presents? I mean it double. There's not even money in this pig hide to buy a Christmas dinner unless we eat tripe. We are in for a dull time. If only rich old Uncle Scrooge would remember us, but he won't. Across town in the huge mansion of Uncle Scrooge McDuck.
Here I sit in this big, lonely dump, waiting for Christmas to pass. Bah! That silly season when everybody loves everybody else. A curse on it. Me, I'm different. Everybody hates me, and I hate everybody. I almost did Groundskeeper Willie there. But those stupid people buying presents for each other seem to have fun. And me, I never had any fun. And I have it. I'll give a present to that rattlebreak, a nephew of mine, that Donald Duck. But first, he'll have to pass a little test.
A message from my Uncle Scrooge. I can't believe it. Hey, kids, listen to this. It's too good to be true. Dear Donald, Huey, Louie, and Dewey, would you like to use my mountain cabinet for the holidays? It is stocked with food, and I've sent up presents for the boys. Make yourselves at home. Uncle Scrooge McDuck. P.S. Don't let the bears scare you too much. Bowie, who's afraid of bears? You are. But let's go anyway.
Let's go anyway, Uncle Donald.
Accepted your invitation, sir. Yes, I'm using the duckwords voice, and are leaving for the cabin right away.
They think they're going to get something for nothing. I'm beginning to have fun already. Hey, as I said before, I hate everyone, but I could learn to like a brave man if there is such a thing.
You don't think your nephew is a brave man, sir?
Him? That quivering waterfowl would flinch at his own shadow. But I'm going to test him anyway. If he passes, he gets a real present. If he doesn't, well, I'll have fun anyway.
There it is, Uncle Donald. Wow, what a setup for a perfect Christmas. I can't wait to see what's inside. Our present and all to eat. And look, and boxes of toys and roller skates and candy and puzzles. And talk about eats. Here's turkey, dressing, salads, fruits, everything. Uncle Scrooge is a sweet old duck. A sweet old duck is he.
Oh boy.
Hey, they're up there by now, drooling all over the place. But as soon as it gets dark, they'll start thinking about bears. There's that. Take it. That's when I'll be there to see if there's such a thing as a brave duck in my family. Hey, come here, Edgar. Come here, Edgerton. Turn and give me a hand with this beast.
I'll start my vacation as of right now, if you don't mind, Mr. McDuck.
Yeah, as I was saying, there's no such thing as a brave man. On to my mountain cabin, James, and don't spare the gas.
Yes, sir.
And gee, one more day till Christmas, then we can open our presents. I hope nothing happens to spoil our I hope nothing happens to spoil our fun. Like bears, I mean. No bears will be out tonight. It's starting to snow. Besides, they sleep in the wintertime. I'm going to take a look through with the spy glasses just to make sure. Peek! There's a bear now! A bear? That's only a squirrel.
Oh boy, they really have the
the triple thinking, finishing each other.
yeah, the three
Sure do.
It's like Kim Possible's brothers. Hickabicaboo, hickabicaboo.
they three triplets, one brain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Come down off that chandelier and stop shaking. You'll lose the shingles.
Meanwhile, Uncle Scrooge is nearing the cabin on his frightening mission, but nature has other plans. Snowdrifts are blocking the road, sir. We must turn back.
Yes, confound the luck. My fun will have to wait till tomorrow. Shut. Snarl. I guess that means those shiftless relatives will have a whole day of eating and guzzling at my expense. And enough to take it. I never gave a man a free meal in my life.
Or
Oh boy, real feather bed. This is the life. Go to sleep and stop bragging.
All night the snow piles higher. When morning comes,
Yippee! Talk about perfect. We're even going to have a white Christmas. What do we have for breakfast, kid? Fricasseed caviar, lobster Newburg, a filet mignon, a dish of oatmeal. None of that cheap stuff. You'll get lobster Newburg and like it. Or who do you think is paying for this? Me? A sweet chair by a crackling fire. What more could one ask? One more thing, Uncle Donald. We need a Christmas tree. Uncle Scrooge forgot to send one. Oh, is that all? Will you go out in the woods and cut one for us, Uncle Donald? What? Go out there among all those bears? There are no bears out there. Please go, Uncle Donald. No. We want a Christmas tree. All right. What's the matter now? Bear tracks out there. Bear tracks? These things? There's your bear over there. Now get going.
oh, Donald.
Phooey on trees. Phooey on mountains. Phooey. Yes. After much searching, this lovely thing is the best we can find, kids. Take it or leave it. Well, take it. And stop dragging your feet. This hollow snag is heavy. Like a few colored pop bottles for decoration makes it look pretty good. Yeah, very. After risking my life to get that tree, I need victuals. What do we have? Pets? I'll have strawberry shortcake. Give me cold frog leg. I'll have quail hearts and cream sauce.
Oh, there's a baby there.
Oh, baby bear.
Darn, what was that?
Like, well, go see. Like, be careful. That was a bear. I know.
Dun-dun.
Nothing in here. Some bark must have fallen from the tree. Don't look in the other room. This place gives me the creeps. There is a bear in this house. I can smell him. I've got palpitations of the gizzards. We looked everywhere, Uncle Donald, and there's nobody here but us ducks. Well, let's get on with our eating. The strawberry shortcake is gone. Who ate it? I didn't. That cake didn't walk away. I'm sure there's a bear in the house. Maybe Uncle Donald's right. We better find the brute before he finds us. No bears in here. Let's look in the other room. When the kids go out, I haven't heard the kids screaming, so I guess it's safe to come down. Ah! What was that? Bear hairs. No, Uncle Donald, turn that door. After him, man. Wow! What happened, boys? Answer me. Have you been eaten? No, Uncle Donald. There's enough left of us to ache with. Listen, I hear roller skates in the parlor. No bear can touch our roller skates and live.
That bear is the line.
Out of the brute. Uh-oh.
Chocolates.
Huh. No bears in here. Nope. What kind of mystery is this? Punk.
Bonk.
Somebody's up. Somebody or something's in that tree. I'll go find out right now.
Yeah.
Now. Wow!
Ow.
He slipped out of my hand.
Well, the cub's mother discovered. But wait, how the heck did that bear
Oh
get?
my god.
It's a cartoon. You gotta love cartoon logic. They're underground.
That bear is jacked.
Uncle Cub is here in the house someplace. Uncle Donald, come down and help us find the cub bear. And he's only a tiny guy. I'm tiny. This tiny. No, this tiny. And that's the kind of bears I like. He'll be sorry he ever tangled with me. Something's moving around the corner. I hear football. Ah!
Oh, crap.
That's the cub you get saw. He's sure grown fast. Like, yeah, that's when they grow that fast, we move too. Like, give me land, lots of land. Don't fence me in.
The bears take over.
That's the end of our candy and presents. And there goes all of our those goodies. I'm cold. What a bust of a Christmas Eve this turned out to be. Yum yum. Look, Uncle Donald, the mama bear's asleep. Slip inside and tie her legs with a rope. Oh, and do you think I want to be killed? He'll be frozen out here in the snow if you don't do something about that bear. Oh, me. Oh, my. I hope she's a sound sleeper. We'll catch that ordinary little bear and cub. Check. After him, man. If my knees don't stop shaking, she'll wake up. Ugh, I think I'm going to faint.
At this moment,
Oh,
Uncle Scrooge arrives at the cabin.
And now I'll get you.
I'll see.
Now to see whether that nephew of mine has the gizzard of a lion or the heart of a chicken.
Mhm.
That in there, making merry. No doubt I'll get into my custom. That's an well, take a here's where my fun begins. And great Scott, what's that? And my little grandnephews are chasing the ferocious beast. They're fearless, absolutely fearless. But the quivering dog on it is probably cowering and tearing someplace. He's the one I want to taste. There's what?
Did Scrooge it out? What?
What? He's asleep on the arm of a monstrous grizzly bear. There, like he doesn't know he doesn't know that.
It is like me.
Sorry, dude. I'll wind the darn picture.
Hold on.
Like me, he doesn't know the meaning of fear. Eek! James, I have just seen the bravest ducks in the world, and my nephew Donald is the bravest of them all. Nothing is too good for such ducks. James, go to the cabin and tell them to be in my mansion tomorrow for the feast of their lives. Meanwhile, I'll try to think of a present for Donald that he'll really appreciate. He has proved himself worthy of it.
On Christmas Day, and for the first time in its lonely history, the huge mansion of Uncle Scrooge McDuck rings with merriment.
But more popping candy for the boys, and another round of lemonade for Don and me. Hey, boy, am I having fun. Wow, here, Don, have another peanut.
After dinner,
It is with great pleasure, Donald, that I have decided to give you a present, one befitting a man of your rugged quality. They so haven't seen how much you love bears. This is present from Uncle Scrooge, a genuine Siberian silver-tip bear skin. He fainted, but why?
He must have eaten too much turkey or peanuts.
That must be it. But for just a minute there, I thought he was scared.
Nice
that's
boy.
it. How was that?
That was a lot of fun.
An interesting introduction for him, wouldn't you say?
It is.
I didn't know what to expect.
No, I love these all cards. I love these all comics because they're a mix of classic Disney shorts and Karl Marx satire. It works perfectly.
Oh, hey, look, Gladstone
Gladstone Gander, originally voiced by Rob Paulson.
and Gyro.
And Gyro.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Gyro?
classic.
What? Oh, Magica.
Yeah. Oh,
The way, darling.
But that's I'm getting to where we are. Okay, here we go. The richest, richest duck in the world.
We don't need all
Day,
summer, not makeup.
Yeah, no, nothing new.
1947.
Goldie. Oh, it's Citizen Kane.
Yeah. News on the march. Legendary was Fort and Drakeboro, where Sir Francis Drake established his American outpost, and where the great Cornelius Coote founded Duckburg. Equally legendary is the modern owner of that site and most of the thriving metropolis that sprung up around it, the richest man in the world and first citizen of Duckburg, Scrooge McDuck. Famed in local legend is the origin of McDuck's fortune. The McDucks, descended as of the once noble Scottish clan, had fallen on hard times. Yet the young McDuck and lad was somehow inspired to seek his fortune. At the age of 13, he signed on as a cabin boy on a cattle boat and sailed away for parts unknown. Far-flung rumors suggest the rugged youth traveled the world's wildest frontiers, mastering many skills, yet meeting with failure for 2 decades. Evidence of his eventual triumph has recently been found in newspaper files of the Yukon Gold Rush. Scrooge McDuck first appeared in local history 45 years ago when he came to Minnesota with his 2 sisters and built on the site of Fort in Duckburg, our most famous landmark, the McDuck Office Building. Few details are known of McDuck's ensuing life. His sisters, the only witness to his rise to riches, have since disappeared from public life. They were last seen in the newsreels footage taken 17 years ago. This was after their breakup. They're just storming out after all the stuff. And where Donald totally kicks Scrooge in the butt.
Donald.
What? He has his his parents' temper.
He sure does.
Yep, the fact that the duck has long been reclusive is confirmed in the memoirs of our oldest citizens. The last time I saw Scrooge was when I sold him all of my grandfather's Cornelius Coote's land, except my farm here. No, Mom, remember when he came and foreclosed on the chicken coop? Even his relatives, though little, distant relative by marriage and local bon vivant, Gladstone Gander. I know if I ever did meet the old boy, I'd ask to see his lucky dime, the charm that made his fortune for him. Some people need charms for luck. Ha! His closest relative and local top blower, Donald Duck.
No comment. And if you quote that line about tougher than the toughies and making it square just once more, I'll blow my top.
See what I mean?
Heard you quite a few times.
And suddenly, 5 years ago, the agent financier closed down his entire empire, claiming there was no one worse to inherit or manage his fortune. After moving to a palatial mansion uncharacteristic of its former frugal lifestyle, Scrooge McDuck ceased to be seen in the public. No trespassing. Never mind dogs. Beware of odor.
Yep.
The jokes are writing themselves. I love it.
Yep. His abandoned office building on Kilmortar Hill remains a local landmark, but it is a warehouse filled with dusty ledgers, as has long been assumed. Scram. And candid talk about farm employees hint otherwise. Could this edifice actually contain 3 cubic acres of cash? More at tomorrow's news on the march.
Gee, Uncle Dano.
Now remember, this is after except that time scene. So this is after their time in the cabin.
Okay.
Like, what's Uncle Scrooge really like? I've only seen him once, boys, when I was younger than you are. Then why didn't he let us spend Christmas Eve last night at his cabin on Bear Mountain? And why didn't we get that mysterious invitation to come to his mansion for Christmas dinner? The old kid's probably going goofy in his old age. Gosh, is that building really full of money? Bosh, a TV fantasy. No single duck could pack all those luxury adventures into one lifetime. I'll bet he's a cream puff. A pampered sissy boy, and if he's got tons of money, no doubt he inherited every cent. But why wonder? I'm sure he'll bore us to tears with his life story over dinner. Yay, let's go!
Soon, the ducks are on the verge of a historic first meeting.
Are you our great Uncle Scrooge?
Hardly, shusha and sha, and sa and sa. Mr. McDuck is resting in the study. Do not awaken him. If he is sleeping, he's had a busy day yesterday, and he is very old and frail.
And ornery in EJs.
Yes, sir. I'm very, very ordinary, sir.
He must mean that in
Your
the dark
error.
end of the hall.
I'm sorry, I gotta do that Looney Tunes mother. Your arrows,
Look at those trophies and stuff. Souvenirs from every corner of the globe. Probably junk Uncle Scrooge bought during luxurious world cruises.
He's asleep and
Drop that knife, Soapy. They are all. Huh? Who? Yes, what can I do for you? Quicker still, get out.
Are you Mr. McDuck? I was invited here for dinner. I'm Donald Duck.
Oh, yes, of course. I'd have fallen asleep. You're the brave lad who slept with bears last night in my mountain cabin. I trust you, Bait.
How did you?
Oh, never mind, lad. It's time we met. I am your mother's brother, your Uncle Scrooge McDuck.
And you're a great uncle.
Oh, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, is it? You'll excuse me. I'm not used to children. I never had time to be one myself.
Ooh.
I'm not used to relatives either. The few I had seem to have disappeared.
You know how that feels, Uncle Scrooge.
His dad. They're dead.
Yep.
We're so glad to have another Uncle Scrooge.
Gee, no, none of that rubbish. Bah. Don't pretend we have anything in common. And I only invited you to get at your measure, and you only came to see how rich you'll be when I'm gone.
No, Uncle, so high and mighty. Everybody knows you spent most of your money on this stupid mansion.
You have your mother's temper, all right. I'll show you how much I have left. I'll show you youngsters in your lazy generation. Edgerton, get me dressed. We're going to the bin.
Again? Let's just humor him. All this honky junk proves he's, well, eccentric. See? One of those gag photos they make for tourists. What a phony scene. That's real to me.
Will Eisner.
Yeah.
Then how do you explain this? Obviously all fake.
Come along, nephew.
look.
Will Eisner.
Will
I'm a
Eisner.
time of Scrooge McDuck.
Nice. Love it.
Yep.
Oh no! Look at the sidewalk Santa. That's odd. There aren't any shoppers out on Christmas Day, much like the blizzard.
They never give up trying to bum free money to give to loafers without the guts to earn their own livings. Christmas. Bah.
And Hubdog, right?
Yes, Dagnabbit. Humbug too.
Those Santas are raising money for people who weren't born rich like you.
Yeah, if you come a little bit closer, nephew, I could just crack your skull with my walking stick.
Oh my God.
Mr. McDuck.
Wait here, James. We'll have to walk the rest of the way.
I'll
turn back if I were you.
Yeah, leave.
You're worse of weeds.
Hey, to keep snoopers away. Hey, Clay, and so do the alarms and booby traps. Follow me carefully, or you'll be sorry.
Hey, old coot. Imagine booby traps to protect an old warehouse full of business records.
Wrong again, nephew, but you'll see.
Uh-oh. Turns out all of those Santas, there's something about
Bingo, boys.
Yeah.
After a hard climb up a long and dusty staircase.
Oh, here's the old sanctum sanctorum, eh?
No, not yet. One door to go.
Work.
I know.
Work.
It's like the side of Mickey's Christmas Carol that says "Talk is cheap."
Oh, yeah.
This must be the famous Lucky Dime, the charm Uncle Scrooge used to get his entire fortune.
Lucky Dime. Hey, what thimble-headed Gherkin invented that brain bit of absolute balderdash.
Oh, everybody says it, Unc.
Well, everybody is an nincompoop. I had that done for 20 years before I struck it rich. And when I did, it was through my hard work. Period. That dime wasn't my luck. It was my inspiration. It inspired me to work to feed this money bin.
Honey, been and gone, eh?
I guess you should, nephew. You're wrong. But wait until I turn on the lights. Hey,
Oh my stars and little comets! It is a bin, and the bin of money, just like the TV show's guest. Look at that depth gauge. It's nearly 100 feet deep. Look at that.
that's
Wow.
a lot of money.
Ooh.
Daddy, Elon Musk, eat your heart out.
Yep.
Yep.
All this money in one huge room.
Don't be an idiot. This isn't all my money. Daddy, I have assets in banks and properties around the world. But this is the money I earned myself, alone. And while I traveled the globe for
For 50 years. 50 years.
For 50 years, single-handedly discovering mines and starting businesses. Because each coin in this bin has a meaning to me. Each is a souvenir, a trophy of my grit, a monument to my glory. This is the part of the money that I never spend.
Ooh, remember that it made more than the 8 barrels full I remember.
What? Santa Claus? That's what Santa Claus is.
How dare you barge in here? I don't give handouts to bums. Nons, you can take your charity racket and put it where the monkey put the nuts.
These are just yes, I'm going for the P4s. Given how these Beagle Boys, I think that's more appropriate, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not so fast, McDuck.
These disguises so we could sneak up here in case there were guards.
And what's on this? When sidewalk Santas go bad,
Like the terrible, terrible Beagle Boys.
Oh no.
my Beagle Boy, let's see you.
Oh, my beard's real.
No, Blackheart Beagle. Long time no see, old fellow.
A pleasure, Scroogey. Allow me to introduce my grandsons, a whole new generation of baddies.
That explains there's more of you curs than ever.
You managed to sock away on some cash in the old days, Scroogey, but I never suspected the truth about this place until that TV newsreel today. Yes, sirree, Bob. Mighty fied. Lock them all in the storeroom, and let's get busy filling our bags.
Hey, easy, that's a frail old man.
Look, Gramps, McDuck's. You can do that. You can do one of the other Beagle Boy voices for this one.
Hey, what, Gramps? McDuck's lucky dime.
Maybe it'll assure us a clean getaway.
And lots of trips with trucks.
Uh,
Lucky dime. How insulting.
Language, Scrooge.
Well, we gotta stop them.
No, lads, it's no use. I'm too old. Oh, too old to like gold and too sick and too tired of it all.
Leave the old man alone. You're liable to give him the vapors or something. We need something to bust the door down. What's in this old trunk?
Like nothing. Just relics from another life.
Look at all these old things. Why are you saving this stuff, Uncle Scrooge?
But he's here. What else? I'm no blubbering sentimentalist. Not me.
It's full of tools and cowboy gear, probably bought at a flea market somewhere. It's not stuff that rich old Uncle Scrooge could ever have used.
That does. All right, that does it.
Oh yeah.
I like to see you handle a pickaxe like that, nephew. As long as we're out. Where are the beagles?
Loading money bags onto a Santa sleigh. Getting aside, Uncle Scrooge. Whose pick is that really?
Oh, for the lover, grab that trunk and follow me.
You don't think this? You don't need this trunk. You need a telephone to call the cops.
Cops? Bah, last time I fought the Beagle Boys, I had Teddy Roosevelt and his Rough Riders with me, and they only got underfoot.
Uncle Scrooge, are you sure you're not overdue for some sort of medication?
Shut up and hold on. Phew, Daniel, take Laura had a sleigh. Hey, someone's coming down that hill. There must be some guards we didn't see. Hey,
let's get.
Yeah.
They've gone away.
Not yet. Toss this trunk in the other sleigh.
What for? I don't know how to drive these things.
I don't doubt it, but I do. Be they hitched to horses, bullocks, dogs, or lions.
This is even more exciting than last night's roller skating bears.
Yes, that Hey, that would be all for now, James. Dock your pay till I get back.
As usual, sir. Very good. This is kind of sad. The Scrooge McDuck of the old days wasn't such a pushover. He must have lost his spirit.
He's just got old.
It doesn't matter. Were you scared of him in those days, Grandpa?
Were you scared of him in those old days, Grandpa?
Me, Blackguard Beagle, fears no duck, then or now.
They'll say, those guys, aren't gods chasing us. It's those ducks. It's Scrooge.
Right.
Grandpa, speak to me. What's
I think that's a burger doing this one.
What's like visions of sugar plums are dancing in his head? And how about sugar prunes? I like prunes.
Faster!
Here, boy, take the reins. Okay, somebody hand me my old gold pan from the trunk, and I'll show you how I used to deal with lame jumpers. There's they're fleeing on foot, but I'll stop them. Hand me my old boomerang.
Wow, what's next?
That looks like old Scrooge. Impossible. It must be his grandson. Then look, he throw something. He missed.
George, come see. There are 13 people having a melee out there, and most are dressed up as Santa Claus. Oh, it's probably just a publicity stunt from that old song. You know, 11 pipers piping, 12 drummers drumming, 13 Santa's bride.
Yeah, you remember that song.
All the same, I'm calling the police.
It reminds me of Bewitched. Edgar, their neighbors just had something appear. Hey, we can't get far carrying these paws on foot.
Where's McDuck's precious lucky dime? I'll hold it for $1 billion and ransom.
Yes, the 176,617 had it.
I fell on it. It's something in my tongue. It's stuck to my tongue.
Look out.
Oh, no.
Again.
Give me that. Here endeth the lesson, whippersnappers. From now on, you're on your own.
You there with the red hat. Hand me my old lariat.
Yes, sir, Uncle Scrooge. Yeehaw! Scrooge McDuck rides again!
Yeah!
What riding? What roping? I bet you Wild Bill Hickok was Uncle Scrooge's teacher.
Pupil.
What's going on? We had a riot call.
Just rounding up some crooks, video officer.
Another band of rogue Santas. Joe, look around for those 12 drummers, but be careful, they're armed.
Where's old Blackheart?
And there he goes, Uncle Scrooge, and he's got your dime.
I'll stop him.
How can you stop him with a snowball?
I added something out of my trunk.
Wow, what was in that snowball? A rock?
Yes, nephew, the rock that dreams are made of. They call it the goose egg nugget.
Oh my God.
I think it's time to retire. Whoever says this is a lucky dime is a nitwit.
Thanks for the testimonial.
That'll be the last time that bunch bothers your bin. Eh, Uncle Scrooge?
Not if I know the Beagle Clan, nephew. Not by a long shot. But anyway, help me get these sacks of cash back into the bin. Ugh, that gonna be sore tomorrow.
Soon, all is restored to order.
Man, that was a great adventure. Who'd have guessed our Uncle Scrooge led such an exciting life?
No, lads, not anymore. I'm a fossil of a bygone age when a man can live on his own terms, be an individual.
Maybe too much of an individual, Uncle Scrooge, but will he be your family now?
No, it's too late. That's one experience I've never had. Yet there was almost a time when I almost.
But you thrive on new experiences. Just look at the life you led.
And my life was a doozy, all right. But it's behind me now. All I have left is endless days of boredom in that gloomy mansion.
Poor Uncle Scrooge. It's a shame that he threw his life away on all those adventures. They really were all just wasted effort. And pointless. whatever, and he achieved will sooner or later fade away and fall into ruin, like he did. Like, Uncle Scrooge can never fit into the modern world anyway. There are no adventures left. No, you're faking up. No, for us. Otherwise, we'd be tempted to waste our lives looking for them. We'd end up worn out antiques like him.
Hey, antique am I? Bah! Age is not a matter of body, but a brain. Many great men stayed active well into their 90s. They stayed young because as they still had visions to follow. You empty-headed youngsters should be ashamed of yourselves. As the quality of your lives depends on what you make of them. The only limits to adventure are the limits of your imagination. Asian, well, why, if I was half the duck I once was, I'd show you adventure.
You're right. They say that duck had trouble looking for Beagle Boys. You just whipped 8.
Yeah, sure did.
Yes, and I'll lick a duck. There we go.
Sorry.
Lick a dozen if I have to. I didn't build this empire just so those masked boys can cut it off piecemeal.
But now everybody knows about your money bid.
Also, any lovers, miscreants who thinks they'll get their fingers on my money will tangle with Scrooge McDuck.
You see what you've done? You little squirts have this poor old man all agitated.
I do seem to recall a little squirt who agitated me some years ago. Thank you, nephew. I almost feel like me again.
Oh, imagine it.
Yeah.
By Gad, I feel rejuvenated. I think I'll reopen this office and get back to work, starting with selling my stupid mansion. Then that dumped in cut it as a tax write-off anyway. Why, I feel like I have a good 20 years of work left in me. My greatest adventures are yet to come.
Oh, sorry. I hate when it does that.
And boys, you've inspired me to follow my visions again. Perhaps I'll reward you for taking you along from time to time.
Sure. But what about that big dinner you promised?
In a minute. First, I need to indulge in something I have deprived myself on for too
Here it
long.
comes.
Oh my gosh, he's gone senile. He's ending it all. Wow, will you look at that? Hey, Uncle Scrooge seems to have a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Yeah, I can't wait to find out what's next. Where do you suppose he'll be taking us, Uncle Donald? I'm probably on a trek to some dusty warehouse to look for a long-lost ledger. How dull can you get? Dull? Uncle Scrooge, don't you believe the stories about his adventure? Just look at him. How dull can a guy be? All the things he could do or buy with the money. What good is it if he won't spend it? All he has to show for his life is a vault filled with cold, meaningless metal. You don't know, Uncle Donald. You might be wrong.
All of his memories. And as usual, he was.
Yep.
So how was that? But we're both.
That was really good. Really good writing.
Yes.
Especially in depth about the characters.
And how was this as a follow-up?
Don Rosa maybe. Well, somebody said Don Rosa may be fan fiction, but he knows his history and definitely loves Scrooge like the back of his glove.
Absolutely.
How was, again, for both these as a Christmas story?
They're a lot of fun, and definitely I like out of the box instead of like traditional Christmas stories. Just fun.
Oh no! The whole Beagle Boys dressing up as Santa thing is straight out of it's something Disney would do. You really think you could stop us, McDuck? That duck you call cowboy, yippee-ki-yay, Beagle bum.
Let's be honest. Blackguard definitely would be a Pete voice, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, there's well if it ain't the Scrooge Master himself.
Yeah, but again,
why yours, Ebenezer?
Yeah,
richest man of the cemetery.
But yeah, just all this stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially the second one, it feels like it's like kind of just like, the catalyst for like all stories about him going forward. It's like, like with Superman, like his backstory, like guy comes from Krypton, all stuff. Scrooge McDuck, just old rich guy who's gonna come back and go on adventures with his nephews. So that's
And I think this was like Eric said, you can consider it fan fiction, but it does explain a lot more about how he went. Like Scrooge could jump in. Especially with how awesome we would see Scrooge to be afterwards. Because in a lot of ways, the original story is fine for a first story, but given everything we know about Scrooge going forward, you have to wonder what led him there, which is why we got Life and Times. But What is it about this? If I do get what's Don Rosa, it's like, this isn't enough to get Scrooge wanting to get back into action. I mean, back then, yes, but from everything we know about Scrooge, it's not enough.
There's something.
In retrospect.
I mean, with this one, he's just basically like just grumpy old millionaire kind of thing. But then when you actually see the other one, you're like, okay, you understand why he is like he is.
Oh yeah, and
like, I'm saying, I mean, Karl Barks expanded the backstory. The more he wrote Scrooge, the more he wrote things about him. He never looked back. He always looked forward and shifted the personality quite a bit so he's a more developed character.
Exactly. So
and what Don Rosa did is take that and tried to connect it all as a somewhat cohesive timeline.
Yeah, exactly.
Starting in the 1800s and going to the 1940s.
And it's been made clear Scrooge does have a good number of years. Like he said, he has a good 20 years left in him. And it's made clear in real time, Scrooge did pass away by the 60s.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's when Karl started doing the Duck comics full time.
Right.
I think his last full story was Micro Ducks from Outer Space.
Yep, 1967. Like he's at the age of 100.
And all the characters he got, Bart's created afterwards: Gyro, Gladstone, Magica, Glumgold,
Glumgold,
and all and the guy like, Karl Barks, how do you do all these globetrotting if you never left America? Easy. I subscribe to National Geographic. I take the pictures in the magazine and I draw where Scrooge and Donald will be.
Yeah, but like I said though, I do like that idea though, that like he had a good 20 years left,
Scrooge is the guy at Disney's Forrest Gump. He's been everywhere and met every historical figure.
Oh yeah, he's at Teddy Roosevelt.
I know, you mean the Old West.
But like I said though,
pupil.
But I think this is how you do an expanding, universe fic.
Yeah, I know, absolutely.
Eric, would you agree to that? Like, yes, I know Karl Barks would have had words to say about what Don Rosa did. Let's be honest, though, this is how you do it.
Yeah, I get it. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, because others would have probably butchered it.
Oof.
Yeah.
I guess it takes a super fan because not as many people are familiar with these counts today, which is a shame. People need to read this unless whatever schlock's on the internet.
And also, I love the pot shot at the Lucky Dime because that was clearly a DuckTales dig.
Not only when I have the dime, darling, the world will be mine.
But I do like how, Scrooge is still grumbling because, yes, he was impressed, but that only takes him so far.
Exactly.
All right then. Well, remember, back then comics had to be very compressed.
Oh no, I get that.
It's like entertain. It's like, okay, you got 26 pages, tell a complete story. If it's a two-parter, we'll signify as such. It wasn't until later that thanks to superheroes, we got the arcs you see today.
Yep, of course, Scrooge, Indiana before Indiana.
Exactly.
Too bad the libidos don't know you like I do, Glum Gold. Hey, and you would know them, Scroogey. If you speak Swahili.
I know.
Hey, Dodgebot, I hate these snakes. Come on, Miss McD, where's your backbone?
But I would say also was the fact that Donald is such a disbeliever of all that. I buy it.
Yeah, I do too.
Now it works with what Bart's wrote for him. He's like always thinking he's a know-nothing know-it-all with a bad temper, but he's got that temper.
Really
There's a heart of gold in there, but you really got to bring it out because the nephews and Pete and everybody and Goofy drive him so crazy all the time.
Yeah,
and Daisy too sometimes, which drives her crazy. Donald, I can't believe everything I'm saying. Yeah, dang, but your voice and your manners are terrible.
Right. Also, again. But I do also like that this fits both as a good follow-up, but also the final chapter.
Well, yeah, it's like you said about that Mickey Mouse comic story we kept talking about. About the one I have in my Mickey Mouse collection.
Exactly. Because, this does feel like the final chapter, but if you just went in right from, like what we just did, it works still, because it's not like you had to read the others.
No, it doesn't feel like it because it gives you all the backstory it needs, and that it feels self-contained.
Yes,
I say every time I say McDuck, I had to go McDuck. I don't know why. I can't help it. Only about saying McDuck brings that inner Scottishness in you.
I guess it does.
I think that's why Launchpad and DuckTales always said, "Gee, Miss McD."
Yep.
Now, that's been the first time I ever got. Really? I thought it was just for emergency phone call.
Blathers guy. I thought that was for emergency phone calls.
You find it, Fenton, or you're fired.
So get that dime back now, or you're fired. I think he's dead.
Again, also one thing I like though is, like I told you before, look how detailed and yet simple the artwork is.
That's what I love
really
about
good.
That's what I love about the Duck and the Mickey Mouse comics is that they keep it simplistic like the old cartoons, but they still put so much detail into it.
I know,
Yeah,
especially
they do their own thing, but it still has that distinct Disney feel to it.
It does. It
Yeah.
feels like something right out of the 40s and late 40s, early 50s, as Walt was trending down on shorts and really moving back into movies after the war.
I mean, just look at Scrooge here. You could definitely. Let me get back to look at. You could definitely see the wrinkles.
I know.
That is a duck that's been around places, and his age is catching up to him.
Yeah, man. Look at Donald and the others, perfectly clean and white. But Scrooge,
Yeah, very young. Never miss a bath.
Exactly.
And Scrooge, he's a dirty old duck.
Yep. Or again, I see that's just meant to be wrinkles and not dirt.
Yeah.
Why you?
Oh no, it's always green eyes.
I know.
Green when he's angry. But look at that money bin.
I want money. That could solve.
This makes more sense for it to be silver rather than gold. I never got the gold.
Gold and silver. Silver and gold.
The coins are usually, especially quarters and silver dollars, would be this. They wouldn't all be gold.
I guess maybe it was gold to make it more colorful. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. But I honestly was really appealing with the silver.
Well, you think about all the
treasures
found all over the years with all the gold coins and doubloons and that. And besides, I've read in investments it means if you really invest in gold, well, this is the end result.
True.
But again, as he said, that this is from all of his adventures. So you have to wonder how much gold and silver has he found over the years.
Yeah,
it might always bother me how they act like. Now, I also like how I also do like how they made clear the money bin is also an office building with all the paperwork. So that's the other reason why losing the money bin would lose his entire fortune, because they would have access to everything. It's not just the money in it.
Right. So whenever the Beagle Boys steal everything, Scrooge is like, there goes my businesses along with it.
Yeah, because this is HQ.
Yeah.
We got General Launchpad. We got to get it back.
I mean, they implied it a little in the old series, but it was never made very clear.
Well, no, they'll say it, but they got to say it themselves. Guys, we're smart writing, but remember, we're for kids. Keep it so the kids can understand. Yeah, we don't want to keep them bored.
I know, because the most we ever saw was Scrooge. The fact that Scrooge was there and he had a secretary. Of course, that should be the big tip off of why would he have a secretary if it's just his,
Every time I go I finally found the magic lamp, and I still come back empty-handed.
I still loved it. What about your lunch? Sell it.
By the way, I love the fact that it's a really, really old pre-1950s television set.
Yep, I love it. Never mind, dog.
I'm glad by the time of I Love Lucy and the Beatles being on the Ed Sullivan show, they looked like the TVs we more recognize.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, never mind, dogs. Beware of owner.
You should beware of that owner.
That is so Scrooge.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's pretty much all we've got for all this. I'm glad you guys were here. So glad you got to enjoy it. Got you wanting to read more of what happened beforehand, right? With Life and Times.
I know, absolutely.
Yeah, I got some collections of the Carl Barks Disney Library. I should really finish my collection. I think almost all of it is out by now.
Yep, but yeah, gives you a nice little tease, a sample of both of the greatest Donald and Scrooge creators.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hold on. I do want to show one other image that I've gotten before. Where is it?
Yep,
he did it in orange because he wasn't going to draw Scrooge as a orange lantern, but he met halfway.
I get it.
That's
Now,
great.
Now we all agreed the orange lantern would be Daffy Duck and Looney Tunes. If I, mine.
You get it too, though.
What?
Scrooge and Mr. Krabs will still get it.
Mr. Krabs, yes. Scrooge would be like, I made it the orange, but I'm honest.
True. But yeah, though, guys, again, thank you guys so much and have a happy holidays.
Yep, you too. Everybody have a happy, safe holiday.
Wait, I gotta do it like Scrooge. Merry Christmas, Bob. And God bless us, everyone.
Yeah.
God bless us, everyone.
Fine. See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Mm-hmm.